up, Long Beach? It's Mike
and JJ.
And welcome back to your home for Long Beach sports coverage.
This high school football video is brought to you by the fine folks at Naples Rib Company.
We've got a beautiful Friday night, and we couldn't be more excited to be back under the lights covering high school football. It's opening week, and we've got the defending Pac-5 Division CIF champion Jackrabbits facing off against an underrated Crenshaw team.
Last time they were at Vets, they were trying to get to the state title game. Going to try to get back there again. It all starts tonight.
It certainly feels like a long time from now, but tonight, you know you got the show in town because Poly legend Dee Andrews and Mayor Bob Foster are out for the coin toss. And from the coin toss, it was a weird one. The opening kickoff fumbled and turned over to the Jackrabbits as senior Kyle Wilson comes up with the ball.
Yeah, that's not usually how high school football games start, but not the weirdest thing that happened tonight.
Certainly, Poly Crenshaw, both notorious slow starters, and 2 plays later, Ty Tiedemann intercepted by Nolan Grigsby, and yeah, kind of a weird game.
It was a bit physical out there on the outside. I mean, somebody threw a flag.
Iman Biggie Marshall with the breakup. Imani Red Mitchell agreeing, hey, yeah, this is a defensive game, tripping up quarterback Ajane Harris.
The offense is always a little bit behind the defenses this time of year. Don't we always say that in the first video?
We always do every year, and it was certainly the case. Juju, Biggie with the stick, ball back out on the carpet. It spent a lot of time there on Friday night, but Poly looked disjointed as well. Hey, there's that ball on the ground again.
I mean, when you do things like that, you're eventually going to do things like this and give up a big punt return.
78 yards for Grigsby, the game's first score. Poly struggling on offense, as you see here. Christian Papico sneaking by the different defense, but they couldn't connect with him. An interception by Demetric Woodard puts them on a short porch, and Josh Love is going to roll out, find Ashton Johnson for the touchdown, and then the 2-point conversion by James Brooks puts Poly up 8-7.
Wow. Story for the shot, though, was the elusive Mr. Harris, who was entertaining, and I mean, this reminds me of those old Tecmo Bowl football games.
Yes.
If you got the faster guy, no one's going to catch you.
Absolutely. Even when he wasn't hooking up with receivers, he was still a lot of fun to watch. That's why San Diego State is hot on the heels of this guy, but they did miss a lot of opportunities on this drive. Wide open in the end zone right there. Then it ends on a missed 28-yard field goal.
Nobody makes a field goal at Vets.
It just basically doesn't happen. So, despite Raul Lara saying it was the worst half of Poly football he'd ever seen, Poly actually goes into the locker room up 8-7, and they wasted no time in the third quarter.
Look at Jeremy Calhoun. Oh my God. Can we get a flag? That's ridiculous.
Definitely.
That's a great run, though.
Yeah, he had 9 carries for 64 yards on the night. And then Brooks is going to bowl his way in from 10 yards out. So sure enough, on the first drive of the second half, the Jackrabbits try and give themselves a little breathing room as they take a 15-7 lead.
That looks a lot more like the green and gold we're used to seeing.
Definitely. And Harris, we don't see a lot of guys like this. Just shedding Division I players like they're absolutely nothing. Like they're a fur coat in the summertime. He's slipping out of it, and no one could catch up to this guy, although that was a long way to run for 4 yards.
Finally, the Turner says that's quite enough.
Caleb Juice Turner says, okay, we got to get on top of that guy, but you are going to see more of Harris later. However, right here, the sophomore Jackie Jones is going to come up with one of the better plays of the night, winning a tug of war here. This is either a touchdown or a touchback. Huge play.
Oh, Fail Mary?
The Fail Mary, and the sophomore, Jackie Jones, a.k.a. the other JJ,
Holla.
a.k.a. Little Jack, comes up with the ball, and obviously he's all turned up. Harris is just stupid. I mean, you can count the number of broken tackles, and again, a lot of these guys he's leaving behind here at Division I NCAA players in the future, but goal line stand right here is going to force a third down play, and I have to say, if it was me, I'd probably just have Harris run it out there. He runs the option. Jacob Knight takes it in. So you need the 2-point conversion. They're down by 2 with 10 minutes left in the game. And obviously, this is the time you want to have a guy like Harris holding the ball.
Now, all respect to the assistant coach at St. Anthony State's, Dante Hall. I got to give Harris the human joystick of high school football right now. This kid is unbelievable.
Tucks it inside the pylon. They tie this game up. Of course, excessive celebration for the spike. But this is when Raul Lara changes the game. He puts Juju at running back. He suggested since last year he might do that. And sure enough, everything changes. Smith has 3 carries for 38 yards, the first 3 plays of this drive, and you could just feel the urgency from the Jackrabbits. And then on the 4th play,
Tiedemann gonna look for Christian Papico, and that is a phenomenal adjustment with the ball in the air by that receiver.
Exactly the way they drew it up. Poly takes a 21-15 lead with 8 minutes. Then defense getting a little bit of energy back. Omari Lyles is going to bring down Harris. Papico slips past the defense and my camera for a long touchdown. You could feel Crenshaw, a lot of guys playing both ways, starting to break down late in the fourth quarter.
And shame on me for saying nobody makes a field goal at Vets.
Killian Turley becoming, this is quite a piece of history, the first Poly girl in the team's 105-year history dating back to 1908 to score a point for the Jackrabbits varsity team. She's the daughter of defensive coordinator Jeff Turley. She's been around this team since she was a little kid because her dad's been a coach. So a nice moment there.
Yeah, tip of the cap to KT. Back to the Poly defense that finally figured out a way to stop Mr. Harris.
Yeah, wait till all of his other teammates are tired and then you can kind of just, it's almost like a boxing one in basketball or something. Then Wicker's going to punctuate it right here. Poly able to get on top and pull away at the end of this one. It wasn't pretty, but they're 1-0 with a 28-15 victory over Crenshaw.
And they've got a big game next week. They got to play at Servite at Cerritos College, and that's not easy either, but nothing is when you're defending champions.
Certainly the target is big on their back, and we're trying to make that spotlight even bigger for all of your Long Beach Poly coverage. You're already in the right spot.